finished product of Aunt Ruth and Aunt Mary's Ladyfinger cookies. Everyone loves them. We are going to show you what we do to make these. This is the finished product. We make the dough, we wrap them around tinfoil covered clothespins, bake them, take them off of this, and fill them with icing. The first thing we do is we soften our butter. We add Crisco, sugar, flour, and egg yolk. That has to go in the refrigerator covered overnight. This is the finished product of the dough, being all mixed together: flour, Crisco, water, egg yolk, and sugar. Now I'm going to cover it, put it in the refrigerator overnight. Tomorrow morning we will roll them out on a mixture of flour and sugar, and you roll it out on that so it doesn't stick. That's it. Close it up. After having the dough in the refrigerator overnight, I am preparing my kitchen to make the cookies. I have my racks out to put out for when we take them out of the oven for them to cool. I clean 2 parts of my counter very good because that's where I'm going to roll them out. And I'm going to roll out the dough in a mixture of half and half flour and half sugar. I'm going to stir this, mix it up. So I'm going to sprinkle this on the counter, get my dough, roll it out. That way it doesn't stick to my counter. Cut. I have the counter now prepared for the dough. This is the mixture of half flour, half sugar, spread out where I'm going to roll it. This is the dough I took out of the refrigerator. I'm going to get some in my hand. It is really cold and hard. You've got to break it off because the butter hardens up. And then you cover it up, keep it cold, take a little bit. You're going to come over here and you're going to roll it out thin. This is after I rolled it out. This is about 9 inches. Doesn't matter how long it is this way, but we're going to cut it into strips. Long strips all the way across. I am now cutting it into about ½ inch strips that are going to be put around the covered clothespin, which we will show you next when I get this all cut out.
As producer and director of this training video, I'm going to give you some peripheral information. The ovens are preheated at 375 degrees. The dowels, clothespins we use, are actually ½ inch by 4 inches. Those are wrapped in aluminum foil, and they're old clothespins. I don't think those clothespins are available now. You might want to buy a dowel and chop it up in 4-inch lengths. These are the racks that we have to put the cooled cookies. This is the Italian apron that Gary Hendershot brought back for us from Italy. Plays a major role in this endeavor.
I am now wrapping the dough around the tinfoil covered clothespin, and you do it in a spiral motion as such as this. And then you lay it on the cookie sheet seam side down. And you continue till you get a whole tray, then you put it in the oven for 10 minutes, and then you immediately take it out the clothespin. Do not let it sit. Comes out hot so it doesn't stick. And then you let it cool before you put the filling in.
Okay, there's a 1 tray in the oven already. This is the cooling racks. After they're cooked for 10 minutes, they go out on the cooling rack. What we have is 2 operations here. She rolls it out on this side, and then I roll it around the pins. You can see this is another tray to go, and this is a half of another one. This is on the right side of the kitchen. On the left side of the kitchen, she rolls out another flat one, does it a ½ inch, and then comes over and does it on the other side. No, yeah, that's right. It's 1 inch wide, and when we overlap half of it. So we overlap a ½ inch, but the strips are 1 inch wide.
This is taking the cookies out of the oven. And when you get them out, you roll them a little bit to make sure they don't stick to the bottom because they're hot. Okay? And now, Dad will show you what he does to do to take the cookies off the clothespin. And I will do the videoing. Okay, here he goes.
Okay, I take 2 paper towels because these things are hot and also so sanitary. I get it like this. See how I push that stick right there? Thing comes out, grab this side, lay it down here. They're very hot. I do it and put it right here. I'm going to do another one. Once I have all these off and the cookies cool, I stack them over there to that side.
All right. Then Dad made that little stick. We'll tell you about it later. Okay.
All right, what you do is you grab these, put it on the stick, push it there, and pull it off of there, lay it here. I'm going to show you again. Push it here, grab it on this. We're using the napkins for 2 reasons, sanitation, and also these cookies are very hot. And when I pull that out, it's very hot also. Show them there.
Those are the ones stacked up that are cooling.
This is an example of the cookie ready for the icing. This is where the clothespin came out. It's been cooked and cooled, and now we're ready to put icing inside. Now we're about to put icing in these cookies that we baked earlier. You can see the big bucket of icing that we purchased from Sam's. And what we're trying this year is to have a big tube that we fill with icing and then squirt it into this smaller one. And then we go ahead and press that icing up through the middle. Okay, now we've filled up the icing. I'll put this against my chest. Do another one. We've got the icing in the dispenser, and now we're going to squirt it up inside the cookies.
Okay. That's good.
This project takes quite a few tools. There are 73 clothespins wrapped in aluminum foil. I think Home Depot sells clothespins now, but I would rather, if I were starting over again, go with 1/2-inch dowels. You can get those from Amazon, 36 inches long, and they come in a packet of 10. They would be smooth. You can see the clothespins have bumps on the ends and problems when you take it out. We also have this icing dispenser here. Pampered Chef, you would be better off if you had something that held more icing, because we used to fill that icing tube with a spoon and it took a lot of time. Then we went to a big, huge spoon and filled it into this thing. This is only 12-inch. It would be better if that was like 24 inches, because we used a big spoon to put it in here, and then we put this in here and filled this up really fast. And if this were like 24 inches, it would allow you to do more faster. And